Dandro, final prediction. Is there a team that we're expecting to make it through Survivor stages that's going to get kick-flipped out of here?
I don't know if I can make that. I don't know if I want to make that prediction here because I have a strong caster curse. But what I do know is that today is the survival stage. And if you want to make it to match point finals, you need to survive.
Oh, come on, Dandro. Give us that caster curse. We're all about it. I won't be picking it. I'm not going to force you guys to pick just yet.
It's a real thing. It's powerful dark magic. Forbidden.
Coward. Make a hot take.
It's definitely a real thing, but you can end up switching it out. You can end up benefiting some other people as well. But let's not forget about the Sony story of the day, because today we're going to be having a team in survival that nobody was expecting to actually be in survival, because they are one of the favorites to win it all, and it's none other than Falcons, and team that feels like they're definitely underperforming here at EWC.
Without question. It's not just that they're underperforming because they came off of 2 land wins. The numbers across the board have been abysmal, arguably. And on top of that, you got to keep in mind that for Falcons, they're still looking for a win for the EWC Club Championship. So a lot of things need to go right for them today as we take a look at our teams that are going to be here in our survival stage.
Yeah, and for some of the squads, I mean, we have Vitality as well. This squad in the Club Championship, currently in the top 5, if it hasn't updated just yet. For them, I mean, both days, they were quite consistent. They were both with 77 points. But is that consistency going to be enough to put them in the top 6 here at Survival?
I think arguably yes, given the caliber of the squads, given the situation of these teams right now. But this is the thing about a day like today. I mean, we're sending a lot of teams home. Only 6 go through. This is where pressure starts to kick in. This is where you see that 30% increase or 30% decrease from that kind of pressure. The question I have, though, is the Falcons now wounded? How do they come out? How do they look? Is this an angry night they spent raging over VOD? Do they come in this morning with a fresh face? Have they forgotten everything? Yeah. Or have they gone, hey, yesterday was bad. This is exactly what we need to change, and here's the adjustment to play. I don't entirely believe in forgetting all about it. They have to learn from the mistakes of yesterday, because this is the last chance.
It is the last chance. For this squad, too, is what kind of demeanor are we going to be seeing out of them, right? We also saw Soka, whenever some of the other teammates were getting killed in one of the matches, you could just see the body language starting to affect them a little bit more, too. You need to keep a close eye on that, because Soka is one of those players that has a high energy, and if things aren't going their way, it might backfire.
But this is what we're talking about. We look at the team stats across the board. The individual kill performances have not been there. The percent change is roughly around 30% down from where they were both at Atlanta and Birmingham. The team percentages overall have just not been there. But it doesn't just sit in the kills. That's the other concerning thing about it, because they opened up yesterday, or day 1 rather, with a 2nd place and back-to-back firsts, but neither of them had terribly amounts of high kills. On the other front for this team, though, they're struggling to get into placement position in general. A couple of absolute stinkers yesterday. Their land average going into today was 4.86. Here at EWC, average placement of 7.75. Nearly double the average placement than what they had before. That's just not typical for Falcons, and they need to come out and figure out what the heck has gone wrong in the first 2 days here today in the survival stage.
Serious struggles. If you're not finding the placement and you're not finding the kills, that is exactly how you wind up knocked out of this kind of tournament. So we talk about consistency. Those are the 2 key factors. And at this level, not so easy. Yesterday's group stages, arguably a little bit harder. We had those heavy farmers sucking up all those kills. Not as many points to be found in every round. But here, this is absolutely an opportunity for the Falcons to run rampant, get that confidence back, and look strong going into Sunday.
Yeah, and you know, the interesting thing about day 1 was I was expecting them to get challenged a lot more by teams like Gentlemen's and stuff. They changed their drop positions around, and the whole dynamic of how they play the game felt so different. And then you go to yesterday, they're losing battles versus teams like the Vicious. Like, not at all what you would have expected. So it just doesn't feel like anything is clicking right now. And even though Dongi said they were coming with more confidence, he was also sitting there saying that we were dealing with issues on rotation. We weren't finding the smooth transitions that we were looking for. D'Angelo was talking about it yesterday. Maybe it's just bad COD timing. Whatever it is, it needs to be figured out today.
Yeah, you don't want bad COD timing costing you a chance to win EWC, to even make it to the finals. You don't want to get knocked out at survival, especially because with Falcons, something that's at stake that we're definitely keeping a track of is those club championship points. And right now, Falcons fans are expecting the Warzone guys to do the heavy lifting, because they're not even in the top 5 right now. That's something that we'll be keeping an eye on throughout the day in regards to the club championship. Going back to Vitality, I was saying they were very consistent. One thing that they kind of stood out for me a little bit was Sage. Sage currently has 33 kills, which is the only player in that squad under 40. They're going to need him to do a little bit more today.
I mean, go ahead. I was going to say, like, they've been consistent for placements, but they have not converted on their high kill games. When they get into top fives, they're usually dealing with only one player left alive. So you're not finding those late game kills that you're looking for. Otherwise, they're getting some kills that are 10 plus in the first 3 circles, but they're not getting to the top 10. So it's like, can we get to high places with high kills, or what's actually falling short for you in the mid game?
Can we get all these cash to the bank?
Exactly.
It's really, really tough. I will say that, I mean, a squad like Vitality, I mean, they have been through such a challenging year in and out of game, and the resolve and the mental game that they have had to find to get to this point alone is something short of special. So I will absolutely hold it on them to have a much better day today. They have the resolve, they have the skill, they have the capability to go the distance. They can absolutely break that top 6. It just comes down to the mental. They have had it all year long to survive this far. Do not squander the chance.
The mental is going to be massive, and I feel like that's why I ended up bringing Sage into the conversation as well, because we know he has been here before. We know that he can be that player to kickstart his squad and actually just, if for some reason the day isn't going their way, he'll make sure that he starts fragging out and start putting up those kills for the squad. Another team that was actually able to surprise us with the rookie of the year, the contender right now, Fede with Novo. He has been outperforming everybody, currently sitting with 51 kills for his team.
Yeah, they looked great in day number 1. The only concern was they weren't able to get into any finishing positions yesterday. They only had 55 points yesterday compared to the 96 they had in day number 1. But their kills have been consistent. Everyone's participating. As long as they don't get squad wiped on rotation, they're going to be fine to make it to the top 6. In my mind.
Confident, capable, and absolutely able to get it done. They need the win, though. Without the win, none of this matters.
They definitely need the win. You know what, Repulse? I know you're currently watching, and for everybody doing the watch parties out there, shout out to you. Repulse, who do you think is going to be performing here? What are you going to be your top 6? I'm going to go back and actually see what you end up saying for those top 6. So make sure you actually say it, because if not, then we won't have anything else to talk about. But something that does have a lot to talk about is none other than Blaze trying to catch up with the players.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get day number 3 kicked off. It's a survival Saturday, and we need to figure out who our last few teams are that are going to be going to the finals. Now, as you guys see, the players that are coming through, they're locked in and they're ready to go. And I got to find some noobs. Let me talk to you, brother, okay? How you doing, man? Yo, you on a survival stage today, all right? Y'all didn't want to be here. What's going to happen?
I mean, we're just going to come out, playing our game, and place top 6, make it to tomorrow.
Hey, that sounds simple enough, all right? You guys are back-to-back LAN winners. I know you guys can get it done. What you want to say to Falcons fans?
Appreciate you guys' support. We're going to show out for you guys today. Just prove everyone that we're the best team.
Hey, you heard it there from Noobs, okay? Good luck to you, man. Best of the rest of your day, all right? Good luck, big dog. Give me some dap. Give me some dap. Come on, we got Heretics coming. Zeph, I already know you ready to play, yeah?
Of course, bro. Always ready.
Okay, go. You gonna do it for APAC, right?
Yep, of course.
How many kills you dropping today?
In 10 maps, 45.
45. You heard it here, folks, boys. 45. Go to over on that one, all right? Let's move on down the line. Yo, Nemesis. Let me talk to these Nemesis boys over here. Hey, man, Nemesis, one of the best brands we got out there. I already know the social media team is going wild out there. You ready for today?
Yeah, I feel so. I'm ready. I'm very, very ready.
What's gonna be different from yesterday?
Yesterday, we honestly played her out. We averaged 90 points. If we do what we did today for the 10 maps, that would put us in the top 6.
Hey, I love that, baby. Best of luck to you, all right? Hold on. I got to talk to these Red Hot Chili Peppers behind me. We got the Italian team. We got Novo in the building. Novo, today, you guys got to make it to Championship Sunday. I mean, talk to me about yesterday and what you guys are going to be doing different today.
I mean, we didn't want to end up in this situation because we were top 5 the first day. At the end, we didn't get it, but we're still locked in. Our goal is to get into finals and place well and try to win as well. But today, we're going to see what we got into us. So we're going to try our best. We're going to try maybe new things as well. I'm not going to say anything.
Okay,
but you will see a new Nova today.
Hey, I'm excited to see that, man. Best of luck to you guys out there, all right? Let's all move down the line, okay? Oh, we got Orchid in the building. Come on, ooh, great catch. Reflex is already on point. You guys got top 3 going into the last event, but you want to win this one. Talk to me about how you're going to make it through the survival stage today.
I mean, just play our game like the online way. No pressure. Like, we need to slide in the map to kill the people to get in the top 5 more and more. Because yesterday and like the 2 days before, what cost us didn't qualify is that didn't play the much the top 5, bro. Not that multiplicator that can get us more points. You know, losing the qual by 3 points.
Yep.
No, it hurts a lot.
Hey, it definitely does hurt a lot, but today is a new day. Best of luck to you. Hit those placements, homie, all right? I mean, the players, they're locked in, they're loaded. Who else do we got here towards the back of the line that's coming on through? Oh, you know what? Let's talk on over to the boys here from Gamax. Gamax, you guys ready to go today?
Of course, you know that.
Yeah. Hey, best of luck to y'all. Godlike, Nate Dogg. Okay, do it for NA, Nate Dogg. He's ready to go. For fun. All right, Bubbles, come here real quick. Can I holler at you? I mean, today isn't just for fun. Today is all seriousness, man. Talk to me about what you guys gonna do on that stage.
I mean, just same as we did yesterday. Make sure the first day is out of mind, lock in. Same thing as yesterday, and we'll be good.
Hey, you guys gonna be great, man. It's a lot of tough teams out there, but, you know, I saw the friendship with you guys. We had the sorbet. Take
Into perspective, their first day they ended up with 56 points. Times 2, what?
That's good resolve. That's late game resolve where you needed it the most. That is exactly what you want to see out of a Warzone team. It is hard to make comebacks in this mode. Everything's got to go right for you.
Yeah. I was hoping you just hit us with a
Stay sexy.
Let's take a look at the schedule just to have an idea of which maps we're going to be playing. It's going to be the exact same, except today we're actually going to be playing 10 matches. Something to keep in mind is that these players have been getting used to playing 6 matches now in back-to-back days. What is it going to be looking like when we get a little bit closer towards that 10 match? Are we going to be seeing some players maybe start getting a little bit too tired and just want to get out of here?
I think the biggest thing is just consistency is going to be key today. I mean, you're going to get a pop-off map here or there, but you can't bank on that being what gets you through today. You have to be consistent, and if you can find a way to tally up the points early, try to maintain the course. Don't try to do anything too crazy. Get yourself in a position to guarantee at least the top 6. If you find yourself down early, don't change things too quickly. All these teams are much closer in skill to each other than what we had seen in groups, so you have to trust that if you have a couple of bad maps, it's not the end of the world.
And the way the maps are structured as well, you get 2 back-to-back, and then towards the end, we rotate individually. At that point in time, you know, don't worry, don't panic. You've still got a chance to get back in maybe one of your favorites. There's a late game opportunity there for a lot of teams. Don't be too scared. Don't worry about it, folks. You'll get home in time.
I'm hoping these teams are not going to be worried about it. Before we actually start today, I want to know what your guys' top 6 is going to be looking like. So we're telling the audience to do their pick'ems, all their predictions. You guys don't get any prizes here besides just bragging rights. But I'm going to go with you, Shift. Who's your top 6?
Yeah, I've got Nova, Orchid, Falcons, Vitality for fun. And then I was between Godlike and Nemesis.
Ooh,
Nemesis was
like
consistent,
Godlike.
but I'm going to go Godlike today.
Mine's actually exactly the same. No Nemesis. Heretics. Heretics of the Moss. Come on, boys.
Okay, all right. Yo, I like the Godlike pick, too. We saw what they were able to do yesterday. Confidence coming in. Blaze telling them to do it for NA. Ladies and gentlemen, this is COD Warzone Resurgence Championship at EWC 26. And this is Survival Stage. Enough talking from us. It's time we get started, baby.
Mesdames et messieurs, bienvenue à Paris, bienvenue à l'EWC pour notre 3e journée de compétition ici sur Warzone. Hier, 10 équipes se sont qualifiées pour demain. Aujourd'hui, il ne reste plus que 6 tickets pour la grande finale.
To endure in the face of adversity while the lobby collapses around you. That right there is the true definition of survival. Today isn't about who was strongest yesterday, it's about who refuses to give up today.
Évidemment, les groupes d'hier ont donné une deuxième chance aux 16 équipes qui vont rentrer sur scène maintenant. Les Français de leur côté, Ravens et Jumptommy sont déjà qualifiés, mais il reste encore beaucoup de joueurs français à encourager. Aujourd'hui, c'est do or die.
16 teams go toe-to-toe in a 10-map showdown. The target, just 6 spots in Championship Sunday. It's going to be a bloodbath, and I, for one, and you, of course, cannot wait. And so, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Gadia City Grid in the heart of Paris, make some noise for your survivors as they make their way to the main stage, starting with Leviathan!
Geek Esports.
H1.
Category Vedati.
Team PBJ.
Godlike Esports.
Gamax Esports.
Team Stallions.
For Fun Esports.
La squad française, Team Hawkeye.
Team Nemesis.
Team Heretics.
Novo Esports.
Eclectic.
Team Vitality.
And finally, your club reigning champions, Team Falcons. Tous veulent marquer l'histoire de l'EWC, mais pour ça, ils doivent d'abord accéder à la grande finale. Aujourd'hui, il faut survivre à tout prix.
Today is a chance to prove that you belong amongst the best and silence the critics. It is time for the Call of Duty Warzone survival stage at the Esports World Cup.
One map is the difference between some of these teams having dreams.
What did our team good? I don't know. I can't tell because we didn't qual. If we would play good, we would insta-qual for finals.
And some of these teams having nightmares.
I feel like when it comes to just straight up gunplay, shooting your gun, I think we're good with that. But I just really feel like we haven't got an easy, early game strat and landing spot. We need to work on that.
There's a lot of teams.
Big fight. Sold's gonna take one down, get one knocking out, try to challenge second, he gets it. Gonna be underneath. He spots it. Can he get all three? Hisoka's on 1 HP in a dream. How many times have you said this? Is there a chance?
Falcons are out.
Falcons group stage is a bit of a sticky one. I have an opinion. It might be unpopular. It might get me in trouble, but I think the ego's got in the way.
The Falcons in trouble.
Gonna be Dongy to try to get it done and crawl his way into top 5.
Disappointing to say the least. I think we're all disappointed in ourselves. Can't do anything about it anymore. We just have to keep our heads up, move on to the next day. We're not out yet. Don't count us out yet either.
Got himself back in. He hears a zip nearby one. Get up, active off the back of it. Ooh! Oh my lord! How the hell do you win that?
What? Nobody but shit! Oh my god!
I would say to the haters,
DK, some of these teams that have to battle here. Decky, he's going to be the one.
focus on your own game.
It's going to be nice looking down when we're standing up there and just seeing them being sad, disappointed in their performance while we lift that trophy.
Well, good afternoon. Good morning, maybe, if you're watching at home in the Americas, folks. Get the sleep out of your eyes. It's Survivor Stage, and my goodness, we've got storylines left, right, and center. Coach Seymour kicking things off today for the first 5 maps. You'll see Dan and Enigma here shortly for the final 5. 10 maps today, and our rotation is as follows, Seymour. 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, and the final map has been rolled. It's Rebirth to close things out today. But talk to me, man. Storylines, we got plenty of them.
We got plenty of them, and we got a loud fan base today. That's not going to be the Gentlemaids. It's going to be the Falcons trying to back their team in the bounce back in the LCQ, see if they can make it to the final stage and find their 3rd LAN win out of 3 on the year. So the bounce back is what we're all going to be looking at today. But other than that, I mean, Orchid have been on top of things. For Fun have been on top of things. Vitality's also down here. A lot of big names that we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, a lot of big names and some surprises, certainly. Honestly, of course, the Falcons, the biggest surprise. We've been talking about them all day. I would say Orchid is another huge surprise. This is a team that was slaying out in Atlanta, putting up crazy numbers, and they had a mediocre day the last 2 days, in particular yesterday. So with that in mind, that you heard it from them, they are not concerned at all. I think the thing about Survivor Stage that we do have to remember is that, yeah, it's a little scary to come down here.
Yeah.
It is that fun. I think Shift said it on the death segment. It's this weird kind of dichotomy of some of these teams are excited to have made it to the Survivor Stage. Some of these teams are incredibly disappointed to be here. So we've got kind of everybody in the middle. It's going to be really tight competition.
Regardless of the way that you look at it, it's another day of official practice going into that final, if you can make it to that final day. It's like, you know, it's that extra reps, it's that extra anticipation that you get to play. Other people are going to be watching, studying, seeing how you play during the day today across all 3 of our maps. For these guys, it is locking in and make sure that you are in that tournament mindset for the entire week. So Survival Stage might be a blessing for some. For others, it is a means to try to get to that trophy at the end of the road.
Yeah, I mean, we got to talk about some stats as well. Data points. We've got some teams that have had some map wins. We know the Falcons got back-to-back map wins. Their first 3 maps were pretty categorical for what they're used to doing. Second, first. That's the Falcons we know and love. And then things went catastrophically wrong. We all know that. But talking about some of these other rosters that have wins.
There's 3 teams in the Survival Stage that have won a map on this LAN. It's Falcons, obviously, like you said, with the back-to-back that they had. But other than that, Godlike and Nemesis, the only other 2 teams to win a map this week. I think that's crazy considering how many teams that we have on land, but that just shows how consistent those teams at the top that make it to the final stage have been.
Well, talking about margins as well, we said Orchid was close. It was really close. I think in Blaze's interview, they were like, hey, we were like 3 points off.
Well, Orchid were actually 3 points off from that 5th place spot in Group B. Falcons, they were 12 points off in Group B from that 5th place spot.
Group A was a little different. I think Group A was very set in stone from what we were expecting. Vitality in that 6th place spot, they were 23 points off of 5th. So you could definitely see yesterday Group B was a lot more competitive.
Well, I think the main reason for that was because, in the words of Dandro, Twisted Minds kick-flipped everybody. They were over 100 points over 2nd place, so there weren't as many points to go around, but it's still an important note. Here's the other thing that we need to bring up. Teams like Vitality and For Fun have been here a couple of times, man. They've been working through Survivor stages for like multiple lands, and usually when they go down to the Survivor stages, or in reference to getting to this stage, going through the quals leading up to EWC, they stomped everybody. Those two teams could show up big today.
They're in their element. I mean, Vitality, that's been their story. It's just how do you show up on land? How do you become more consistent? They've been struggling, so today's going to be a big day for them to see if they can show up to make it to the finals. And For Fun, I mean, again, like this is where they love to be. They are pub stoppers. 2 20 bombs yesterday. If they can carry on into today with that same mentality, with that same consistency, you might be seeing For Fun pop off tomorrow as well.
Havens Hollow to kick things off, ladies and gentlemen. It's only 10 maps today. Your room for error is a little bit smaller and all the teams close together, but you can see our screen. Look at this zone. Folks, we're headed to Train Station and beyond. It's the western side for the first time in a while here with Havens Hollow, and we'll see where everybody decides to land. Some of these numbers, some of these colors will be a little bit different. That red 1 is going to be Vitality. Blue for the Falcons, a new seed going into today.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting where all our drops are going to be. Falcons go back to the riverboat. They give up Mansion. I imagine Mansion's going to be the home of Stallions for these first couple of games. So see if they can pop off our MENA region team. But starting off with the Falcons, already getting crossed up. They get contested by none than Nemesis from APAC. And they're going to be getting some early KP.
Yeah, the Falcons want to make sure that they can take back boat and claim it as theirs. Unfortunately, Noobs, I think his camera broke. I'm not sure what happened. Becomes flying through the window and gets obliterated by Eclectic Freddy, looking to go frag out and get some kills. They're on the south side of Main Street with their anchor, so they're going to get over here and try to play spoiler to the Falcons. I think everybody has a lot more confidence going into this lobby seeing Falcons in it. Yes, they're a scary team, but they know that they can put them on their heels and cause a bit of chaos. How about a double chow over the top on Donkey? No chance you can win that one. Not when they both peak at the perfect time. Great plays here on Main. Off screen quickly, just so you're aware, Vitality has won their engagement at Train Station. They've got complete control of Train for now. We're going to be hanging out for a while. The only team not playing the western side of the map. There's nobody in Lumber, nobody in Coal, and the only team up in Research is actually Novo. They're the only team that'll have to rotate into New.
Nova's going to be an interesting one because we know that the potential that this team has, but Havens Hollow has been somewhat of a pain point for those three. See if a safe landing to Research can get them going. We look at Vitality, who won that early contest. Like you said, they got Orchid right behind them in the water, and a sniper in the hand of Sage to see if he can pick them off.
Pushed everybody out. Orchid is that purple 2 you'll see on your map.
And Leviathan back there too. That's that 12 team.
Yeah, Leviathan has been up and down throughout the course of the group stages. They were way up in Havens Hollow, though, so they need to put up some good points here to carry their momentum forward, and then hopefully be able to hold on for dear life in the other maps. See Havens Hollow a couple times, though. Vidati, this is an interesting squad for many reasons, and it's a squad that has not a ton of expectations on their shoulders, but they do have a ton of fans in person. A lot of folks cheering on some of the Frenchmen on this roster, and because of that, I think they felt that hometown buff. They made it to the Survivor stages, and they're kind of at a point, let's just see what we can do. Gonna go play through Chapel and take a look at the remnants of Orchid.
And that's one thing that Enigma was saying yesterday when he went into the crowd with all those French fans, is he's like, man, I wasn't expecting so many people to turn up for teams, not just Gentlemates here at EWC. So I love to see it. Orchid on screen. They have found their resurgence back into the church. Sariel on screen needs to have a big game, and he's got KGV above him.
But it was nice, but looks like Orchid may be in a bit of trouble. Sariel is going to try to push him back. If he died, he could just chow this and potentially wipe Orchid. sat in the corner. It does look like Swisston has regained off screen. It's going to play for Vitality, so with him safe and having gotten the kill, Sariel elects to go for the chow now and does go down. Orchid is going to be just fine for now.
Yeah, and they actually get their second regain too, so that's just going to be a safety net anchor into the water. Looking at other teams, we got Novo. They've left Research. They're at the barn, and they are hunting right now. Vortex gets the better of Sleepy. Looking to kick off their day 3. A little bit of pace behind them. Novo just going to have to see where they can go with this circle. They're on the edge of it.
Further and further to the west we go, and Novo very smartly comes out of Research hot, and they just all gas, no brakes all the way into mid-map, and they were not stopped because there's fighting on the top side and the bottom side of the map. So the open was wide open. They finally find an engagement here. Watch out for H1. I know Cho is cheering them on in a big way, and unfortunately they're in a bit of a blender, but Connolly is able to win one, able to snake out and play the corner, staying alive for a moment here. A little bit of help from actually Eclectic joining the fight may allow H1 to actually stay alive, and he's just going to stay in the corner. Teammates should be flying in any second.
Ride it out. Hopefully they make it. And yeah, there's the drop in for your teammates. H1 are going to stay alive in game 1 of our Survivor stage. Novo on the roof now looking for Eclectic. Freddy can back down. Kills all over, and Connell, who has just been hiding away, is that turn a turn? Freddy in the mincemeat, a couple shots there, gets his teammate back, drops a PA, and they're looking to regain.
Really well played from H1. I think a little bit lucky on timing, but Eclectic getting really aggressive from the south side Main Street. Play both at boat and play for the Falcons, but also play up towards mid-map and barn. So they're looking for any kills they can get their hands on.
We've seen Stallions. They've won their battle over towards a mansion with Heretics. Going to have to drop back in. A couple teams now going to have to leave the edge of the circle. There's actually 4 trios on the outside having to make this rotation in. Falcons being one of them are actually going to push right into Decky and try to take over these gazebos from the south side of this circle into Main Street.
Say what you want about the Falcons in the last couple days. I know yesterday Noobs had a rough go of it. I think only around 6 kills. He's already on 5, okay? So if you're worried about Noobs today, don't care, didn't ask. It's the Falcons. It's still Noobs. It's still one of the most winningest players of all time. So far, so good for the Falcons, who've been playing through the south and are now owned the south side of Main Street, working their way to gazebos.
Out of Group A, surprisingly enough, this GK squad didn't really get talked about too much. They were the 7th place team, 2 spots off of finding themselves into the final day. So they got the Falcons watching them from the gazebos. Gonna have to take their time to really think this one through, but a lot of teams are gonna have to think about their next moves very carefully. And this whole rotation through Barn, you got about 5 teams crossing each other.
Yeah, Eclectic is a fun one to watch. They did fantastic in scrims. Unfortunately, LAN is not scrims. Zanks goes down and Eclectic is out of here. Go down in 15th place. A tough place for them to be because of how aggressive Novo got, and they lost the engagement down with the Falcons. They then left Main Street and get eliminated. Got aggressive, got punished.
And that small glimpse we got of Stallions, they had 10 kills across 2 of them. Jawad had nothing. They get eliminated outside of top 10, so no multiplier, but a lot of KP from their mansion drop.
I'm gonna talk too much about For Fun on this map. They oftentimes will go up and land at Pond, where they're currently situated. Again, these western zones really change the pace of this map. It changes the pace for guys like For Fun that land Pond. It changes the pace for guys like Vitality that land at Train. And especially when you win Train. I haven't seen Vitality in the kill for a while. I think they're gonna be in the same spot they usually are. Placement, not a lot of kills. Let's listen to the Falcons, see what they're gonna do as they rotate through.
Ran away, he's running away. Eddie, drop on you, you can. Yeah. Here. Yeah. I'm gonna crack him again. We need to buy a streak with these. No, they're still shooting me from the left bridge. Yeah. Can you buy another PA? I'm gonna buy a PA, I'm gonna buy a PA, I'm gonna PA on the left bridge. Yep, hurry. Eddie, we need to kill the right kid though. I PA the left bridge, he's looking for you, looking for you, I PA the left bridge. Yeah, I'm one shot. Hold on. Waiting. Hold on, we need him now. Okay. It's only one in here, Ed. It's only one, okay? I saw a kid. Dead. Nice, another one. We need to kill the right kid. Yeah, I got Peter on my body. Yeah, we got a Peter. Yo, kill this. Yeah, look him back. I get up the guy. I need help with this. He's behind you. I'm behind you. Yeah, on our mirror. I see that. I see him. Be careful of your right too of the crown, okay? Like bricks and shit. Alright, this is the only advance we have, okay? Yo, can we try to kill this solo right here? Which one? This guy right here. Top. I can PA. I don't want to. Crack this guy. We kill this guy on his face. Yeah, yo, look. I'm playing up a little bit. I peed. There's 2 now, Dongy. 2 now. Peed. I'm looking for the second kid. Watch out, Dong. Behind us. Yeah. I got knocked on the mirror. Behind us. Yes, the re-wrap. Crack one of the re-wrap. They have an advance on the re-wrap. off the bridge. Watch out on the right. You got two. One shot. I got one. Get the phone. I'm back. Okay, he's up. Duck is in hell. You gotta play your life. I'm dead.
The Falcons with a crazy rotation, and unfortunately Godlike just made a better one, came up right behind them and stunned them. So much intel, so much info is changing hands, but unfortunately the Falcons will fall in 11th place overall as they get hunted down in the water by the classic Leviathan, man. I tell you, every time I see these guys in the water, they're getting pistol kills. Ridiculous. Falcons are out of here.
The Sea Serpent taking down the Falcon. And Godlike with a really strong read on that situation. Orchid also out. Heretics also out when we were in that listen in. And Falcons, they tried to get the better of GK, but it bit them in the behind. We're on with Novo, looking for positioning inside the church. They're not in the circle, they're not in the safe zone. The only team that actually is in the safe zone right now is going to be both Vitality as well as KGV. So they're looking to gatekeep teams on the outside.
Still a big fight for the eastern side of the map, though. This new zone could pull anywhere. Most likely it will pull just outside a train station. So Fede and Novo, who have made the craziest rotation, will have to rotate across as well. Leviathan continue to farm kills in the water. They're cleaning up the mess of everybody else. We find ourselves into a top 10 situation, 9, and a lot of changing of blows, and it's actually Believed finding a ton. PBJ getting extremely active in the kill feed. They got to go through Godlike still.
Leviathan, they've had a great Haven's Hollow this week, and they're in a position to catch both Godlike and PBJ. Believe has to be careful.
Believe with another cleanup. Godlike goes down. Again, they made a great rotation behind the Falcons, and unfortunately, the exact same thing happened to them. Teams get so confident pushing up from the south side of the map, thinking they're clear, but the rotations are in. Now, I said they wouldn't have a lot of kills. Foot in my mouth, Vitality on top. They got a banger on their hands, at least 12 between the two that we've seen on screen, and I saw Sage pop up with the kill feed several times as well. This is a great game for them. It's one they should win, or at least be top 5 in. Things going well for the Bumblebees.
Well, this is a big one to pay attention to. Novo actually going to be rotating to the north side. They're getting contested by this solo for fun player sitting outside of Pond. Novo technically don't have to rush. They're on the slow side of the circle, so they can figure out exactly how to overtake for fun in this position and try to work their way in safely.
Looks like Amir's got knocked, but Leviathan still have 2 playing deep in the gas. We're swinging back to Novo, who have made the rotation of death from Research all the way over here to train station. But they still, somehow, some way, have all 3 alive. Getting shot from multiple angles, actually does get cut down. One from distance, Vortex close by. Fede could actually play for this, pending where they're getting shot from the Skullface. Just has high ground, man. They are just farming the rest of this lobby. They have win con. They earned it at the very beginning of this game. Vitality put themselves in this position by just winning their POI. They won their drop. Leviathan gets shoved into the water. Everything going right for Vitality as of current. As we make it to top 5, they get their best multiplier. Now it's just about who wins.
Yeah, this one's going to be between Novo and Vitality. Everybody else is going to have to see how long they can survive, and there goes for fun inside of the pond, and Skullface going to catch Vortex, so this is looking like a Vitality game.
My goodness. The bodies fall and only one remains. Vitality, plenty of kills. Don't have to worry about that one. Fede ends up getting credited the kill as Vitality get credited the win. Win the drop, win the map, up on top.
When you go to the Survivor stage, this is what you've been dealing with all year long. Your first map win on EWC. And that's to kick off your day 3. No better way to be here for Vitality. They got the French crowd behind them. And now they got the wind in their sails.
Like we said before, Vitality, for fun. Some of these rosters that found themselves into a top 5 position on this map, they've done this several times leading up to this competition. I mean, for goodness sakes, Zeesman had to qualify for this competition 4 times between 2 different rosters. Ridiculous what Vitality has been through, and through all those roadblocks, it has certainly prepared them for this moment. Drop a banger map. Quick look back on the final win. Things just went their way. Got zone pull, got train, won their engagement. And because of that, they just farmed everybody else on the map. The one thing I'll give the credit to here, let's listen in first.
Still there, still there. Nice! Go, boys! Way to fucking go, man.
Let's fucking go, baby.
Fucking go, boys. Better fucking shit. You guys are the fucking best, man. You guys
They are the best, at least as of today. A big map, and the thing I was going to credit them for is old Vitality wouldn't have been so aggressive once they won their POI. Old Vitality would have ended that game with like 12 to 15 kills. I think they had quite a bit more than that.
Yeah, 21 kills at the end of game one, and with the win, that's going to put them at 33.6 points at the top of the leaderboard to kick off their Survivor stage. Right below them, another squad that we've actually been really critical about outside of Haven's Hollow, but when they are on Haven's Hollow, you look at them to start their day well. It's Leviathan, who got forced away by that Vitality squad, but still walk away with 19 points.
19 points, and I think 19 of those points were them just sitting in the water. Holy moly. Haven's Hollow, a fun map to watch, and for the players, a frustrating one, especially if you're the Falcons. My goodness, folks. We'll be right back in just a moment for another Haven's Hollow map.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by Play.
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion. He thinks he can come in here and play my game. Let's go. He knows nothing. Let's go!
Tyler Wine, you're done.
It's time for another CC update as we head into the survival stage here for Call of Duty Warzone. And it's going to be kind of brief because, believe it or not, a lot of our CC heavy hitters are already through to finals. However, notable names that we'll be seeing on the stage in just a few moments are Falcons, Vitality, and GK Esports, all teams that are CC eligible, Vitality specifically already trophy eligible. They will be fighting to stay alive in the competition. And this is a huge surprise for Falcons as they were absolutely one of the favorites heading into this event. So will Falcons be able to recover and make their way through to finals? Will they be able to find the win that has eluded them for 4 straight weeks? Only time will tell.
Woo, baby! Game number 1 here of the survival stage. Absolutely electric. We thought we might come into this and maybe teams will take a little bit to get into the map, kind of shake off the jitters. Not the case here in game 1.
No, absolutely not. We end up with that really hard dragging western pole, essentially circles itself around train. That forces so many teams to change their drop spot and essentially go center circle as possible. Turns into a bloodbath, and so many teams picked up a lot of points or crumbled underneath that pressure.
You said it was a bloodbath. It was looking great for the Falcons. They had 10 kills. They're on this rotation. They're on the south side. They weren't ready for a team like Godlike to be trying to hold them at that train side. Falcons go out in 11th, not even making it into the multiplier here in game 1. But we know them. We know they have, obviously, the fans on their side here, getting loud, bringing the energy. Game number 2 is going to be a different story for them.
No, for sure. The one thing that is concerning is we so often talk about the Falcon strategy to win. That is march in with the gas and clear all rivals. They miss Godlike in that rotation. That's something we don't see very often, so are they feeling that pressure early? You can hear how loud it is in here. That's all Falcons noise. They're trying desperately to get their boys into the fight.
Tell you who's not feeling the pressure, though. It's Vitality. They came in. We saw them in the breakfast this morning. They were like, no, we're locked in. We're ready to shoot. Helps when you get a POI that's basically in the exact center of the zone, and everybody has to come to you. But like the Goj was mentioning up there in the cast, sometimes when that happens, they don't get a lot of kills. kills. Not the case this time. They fry out, they're able to hold the line in the sand, and they take that victory.
There's two important things for that team. First one is the contest against Leviathan, who land on them. This team have been so inconsistent with contest. The fact that they make it really clean, really quick and simple early on is great for them and for their confidence through this afternoon, because they need points here on Havens Hollow, where they've relied upon, but also that late play. It is disciplined, it is great communication and a system. I don't think all Vitality would have come out with that kind of performance.
But hey man, we got 10 maps to play today. It's a marathon. The last 2 days, you've been playing 6 games only. You've been able to then go back and rest after those 6, but it is a marathon and not a sprint here today. So while map number 1 was amazing, we love all of the action, it is not going to end here. What are you looking for some of these teams in map number 2?
I think you've got to be aware if you started poorly there, that's a very abnormal circle. Focus on what your game plan is and your strategy. If you started well, use that momentum. Continue hard here in Paris, believe in each other, trust in one another, and communicate your way through the rest of this sprint.
All right, well, guess what? We don't got to wait anymore. Game number 2, ready to rock. Go, Seymour. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Dandro and Enigma. A great segment, and I'm going to be honest, I heard about 0% of it because the fans are loud, man. Holy cow, the Falcon superfans are going nuts. So I'll be very excited if the Falcons can make it through today to see the Falcons fans versus the Gentlemates fans here in Paris. I don't know who wins that one, at least not right now. But we got to talk about map 2 of Havens Hollow. I love the breakdown there, and I totally agree. A miss on Godlike's rotation put Falcons into the dirt early, and Vitality really showing up to say that, frankly, hey, we can frag out. Stop saying we're a placement team. We can go get kills. They did just that.
They did that, and that's going to be putting themselves in good pole position for the start of the survival game. Yeah, Falcons, 10 kills, 10 points. They missed the multiplier. That's a really big issue because Havens Hollow has been strong for this team over the course of the week, and it's always just something that you look at them. If they can go Mansion like we saw them versus NIP, that's maybe something that they want to change up early in this day. But other than that, you had teams that we didn't even talk about. H1, 11 kills.
Yeah.
PBJ, 15 kills. That puts them pretty high in the leaderboard as well. And then Leviathan, like I said, second place. They contested Vitality. They got pushed out, still made the most of it.
Yeah, a lot of fun points, but we got to drop straight back into Havens Hollow. Ladies and gentlemen, Havens Hollow back on your screen. This will not be the last time you see it today. Again, it's 2-2-2-1-1-1, and then Rebirth to close things out. But we aren't going to go back to the west. We will go to the east. And will that change drop spots? Abso-friggin-lutely. Last time on the eastern side of the map, the only team that landed over here was Novo. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different teams all here on the right side of the map. Keep an eye out for them while Vitality lands at train station alone.
Safe and sound in front of them. Going to be For Fun at the pond. And For Fun actually looks like they're going to be quickly rotating into Mansion. So something for the Heretics to really worry about. We kick off with Lumber. That'll be a ton. Going to be sitting there versus Nemesis. Wiped again.
Still on the map, just barely. Got wiped out of their POI. One floating in the sky. A little false positive there, but still in a blender. Bad news if you pick Nemesis in your predictions.
Where do you go now? You're between Leviathan and Falcons.
You go back to the lobby, I guess. My goodness, Levi can't buy a moment on this map. Lumber in complete control by Leviathan. This is the POI that Leviathan said they were going to go to. Of course, things change when the zone pulls all the way basically to train to kick it off the map. So Leviathan back to the forum, back to where they wanted to be, back to their practice point. They're down on the southeastern side of the map. But up at Mansion, things much busier as well. We've got 3 teams here. You've got STS on screen, still battling against Heretics. Heretics was a pick that Miles picked onto the desk, saying, let's go Aussies, let's go boys, and I really like this squad. They had moments of greatness, and we'll see what they're able to do here as, yes, QZ does go down. Stallions maybe in a bit of a blender and losing this engagement for now. For Fun is also poking and prodding at this fight at Mansion from their pond drop, so you'll see Flank actually fall there from Zeppa and could continue to see that engagement for a while.
Still early games, haven't lost a team in the lobby just yet, so good news for everybody. Still lots of game to be played here, and as we look at Gamax inside of the barn, who do they have to deal with? Is going to be H1, who just seemed so resilient back in their first one. Above them is going to be Stallions, who have seemingly been pushed away from Mansion, and that's because that's going to be Orchid sitting there outside of Resurgence and Lumber. Leviathan in trouble now because here comes Novo.
Yeah, Novo's got their anchor up in Coal Depot. Again, these teams post on social sometimes where they're landing. Novo said nobody come to Coal unless you want to con us, and it doesn't look like anybody wanted to play against Novo. So Novo's got their anchor nice and safe in Coal. They'll send their fraggers down and go play for some kills in Lumber. That's going to be against Leviathan and Nemesis. Keep an eye out for them. We swing back to DK. You heard it there from Glitter. This is an important game, Warzone, for DK in the club championships. So they desperately need to make it into the finals, make it to tomorrow. To do that, they need to find a lot of kills. Laze is going to be a key difference maker for that roster and the fragging capabilities that he has. We'll see what DK decides to do. If they full send this and Deathball is a full team of 3, try to take down KGB.
Yeah, KGB as well. I don't realize that they're actually in a pretty decent position to take this. They continue to get poked out in the staircases. So do you full send it, or do you just wait for them to continue to draw this battle out? Who's got the resources to outlast the other? DK would love to, but they don't necessarily need to make a play. But while they're doing this, everybody else gating KP on Haven's Hollow, so this is a lot of time being wasted.
New look at the zone. It should continue to pull east. This will likely be outside of Research, is where we'll end up. It does do just that. Could land essentially on, we call it G2. G2 is a team, but it's also a place on the map, kind of the north side of this new zone. Could end up there, could end up dead center around the train cars, but we will see. All the teams trying to figure that out as well. For now, the 3 teams in Research are in a bit of a standoff, not wanting to sell. See Intex is taking some shots over the bow that are nice. This is Godlike's position in servers just outside of Research. We've been playing here for a little while, not getting a ton of value. Finally finding maybe a little bit of... Oh, what? Whoa. A blender? Hello? Trick was shooting you in the back the whole time. Somehow Orchid just get tossed into the Ninja Bullet and sent out the other side. Orchid's still on the map, but Master 5K is hanging out up here waiting for his teammates to respawn. My goodness.
Talking about doing kick flips.
Dude, I got thrown upside down.
That was a literal trick with no empathy. So we got the Riverboat to pay attention to. Eclectic now on top of the Falcons, who have a little bit of a split situation between the Riverboat and the edge of Main Street, still outside the circle, still lots of bodies to deal with. And in front of them will actually be Geeke, still holding off KGB.
I thought they were just going to double chow. They don't know where Ahsoka is. He's been hiding. Peekaboo! See you! Oh, almost could have gotten one. Cracked one. They could double chow this together.
Yeah, if he got that knock, they'd know he's an anchor.
Ahsoka's alone, but now his teammate's flying back in just outside of Boat. Could come chow this. This is a 3v3 fight. It's important to pay attention to. PBJ not full wipe. They still have a player in the lobby. False positive there. Let's listen in quickly with Vitality, who may be causing a bit of pressure.
Every time I'm plating, waiting. Challenge you. Cracked one on the inner. Glue. Challenge you, one shot dead. Run out. One guy's just hitting. One guy's going back to Smith, going back to Skull. He's first floor, Skull. Go down. One shot inside. On your kitchen, Skull. I'm with you. I'm trying. Nice, good shit. I'm a cluster Browns. We put pressure on this, Skull. Smith, stay back and watch our back left. Up top B2. Yeah, I hear you. Stay up back left, Smith. I hear you. I'm picking up on top B3. One guy's bottom floor. I hear you. B2, almost cracked. What's so high? I dropped him, backing up. B3. He's going inside. He's second floor. Stairs. I'm waiting for you. I'm here. He's in here. Still here. Challenge me. First floor. Going up second. Second. He's second floor. I'm with you. I'm trading now. Jump down. Nice, good shit. Look at the sky in our back left. Let's smoke in our back left. Outside mansion. Yep. I'm looking at mansion. Top mansion. Tracking me. Top mansion. Track me. I'm picking up my ammo. I'm ammo heavy. Teammates are Sawmill. Okay, he's in the sky. Yeah, what's floating in the sky?
Comms near impeccable. An interesting, decent fight. Weren't able to clutch it up and wipe that team, but I hear Sage getting active in the comms, and they were incredibly clean. They're not taking any risk. This is a well-oiled machine. This is a different Vitality that we've seen in the past. In the meantime, though, we saw H1 get eliminated first, and it sounds like Mr. Heil's hot takes are working out today. My goodness, Nemesis in a blender. They go down for a second time early in this game as team in 15.
So 14 out of the 16 teams left. Fire sale active. This might be a good moment if you're on the edge of the circle to take some risks and look for some positioning inside of the new circle that is surrounding Coal Depot, the inner bridges. It's well as majority of the river that splits Haven Hollow in half. So good opportunity now if you want to take that space, have a chance to buy back your teams at low cost.
Falcons, Hisoka has nearly 1,500 damage, no kills yet, just anchoring out for the team. Noobs already up to another 5. In 2 games, he's got 9 kills. 50% more than the entire day yesterday. Things going well, kind of, for the Falcons if they can get some decent placements. As they start working their way up through Main Street, though, could be a bit difficult. Here's Leviathan on main. They're actually the top team in this lobby thus far. Haven's Hollow is their map. Criminal got on 5, Amir on 4. These guys are cooking, and they've been doing it down in Lumber, battling their way through that POI, battling against Novo, who have been poking and prodding from Cole. Finding quite a bit of some action early. Swing over to For Fun, though. No, PBJ actually here on main, fighting For Fun and hunting down the remnants of Godlike.
Big fights going on. For Fun, PBJ trying to find some sort of consistency inside of Research. Intex that he caught there. Godlike on the regain, and that is not a good look for Godlike, who took out Falcons in the game previous, but For Fun are on a mission, and PBJ are on their heels.
This kid's good, man. Praise is shooting right now, and unfortunately, Novo is here to join the party and shut it down. See you later. Cue the music. Down go For Fun. They are full wiped. No fun for you because Novo is here for free. Cole is open, so their fraggers are finding some action, and Godlike still answering back. Believe getting cut down by Trick.
Heretics on the north side. Orchid just on the outside versus the Stallions. Godlike have recovered inside Research, and they're going to be underneath PB&J, the last one left alive inside of Research. Big rotation in. Coal Depot is where we're looking. Novo are going to have their positioning on the inside. They're getting pushed by KGV, and they just take them down. KGV now eliminated. We got 11 teams left. You lose out on the next fight. You're going to miss out on the multiplier.
Still 11 teams. And Skullface gets cut up in transition, actually, from the Falcons. This is a pretty big fight here as Kruger goes down as well. There's our top 10. Yes, we found our way to the multiplier. Good job from Vitality.
Falcons are pushing them.
Yeah, they're coming in from the backside. Good job from Vitality for reading this near flawlessly. Down goes Dongi, down goes Noobs. Ahsoka lasts alive with a stim in hand. Deep in gas. There's just no way that he gets through this, right? It is Ahsoka. He has made miracles happen on main. He at least cleans up Skull and gets the multi. Top 10 this time, which is nice, but they don't have nearly as many kills as they did last time. Actually, about the same, I think. About 10 currently. Ahsoka just holding on for dear life. With this circle closing, it may be a bit too late. Godlike does get fully eliminated finally. They did battle their way through this map, but Leviathan continue to find point after point after point. They own the south side of the map.
Right now it's for that top 5. That's what the Falcons are going to be looking for. Vitality are slowly pushing in. Heretics ahead of them. Just below, it's going to be Geeky in the circle. Where does it go? Coal Depot again. Novo are just continuously being blessed right now. I want to see what Leviathan do because they are the only team that can surprise Novo at the moment.
Yeah, Novo is in a fantastic position. This is where they drop uncontested and sending their fraggers around, finding a couple kills here, a couple kills there. They don't have a ridiculous amount of points, but it's good enough, and they know kills will come to them when everybody tries to push up to this new zone. Leviathan, I think, are sitting on like 15 kills at this point, just playing through the south side as well. Those 3 teams of 3 will be sat nice and safe for the final fight, looking for top 5, but everything's slowed down as Decky does come up and actually find, looks like Vitality might be in a bit of trouble. I know Ahsoka is battling his way through the gas right now. Vitality under a ton of pressure. Athletic goes down amidst the chaos off screen. Let's take a quick look at him. Z-Smith fighting for his life on the backside. Obs trying to make quick work of him. Heretics are able to do it. Obs win it. Vitality go down. No 1.4x. We made it to top 5. PBJ down as well in 6. And Leviathan have made their way into the south side. And Ahsoka is holding on for dear friggin' life. My goodness.
Well, where Novo once was blessed, it's now Leviathan's turn to the circle and set up shop inside of the new one. You got 4 teams, 5 teams still active. 3 solos, 2 trios.
Ahsoka, they can't shoot him. He won't die to gas. It's gonna have to be a cluster strike square on his forehead. Leviathan find another. But Falcons get the multiplier. A big fight. A fight we've been waiting for. A fight for the win. A fight for the win condition. Fetty's on 12, but Leviathan representing an entire region on their back. Pick up Novo. And all they have left is Heretics on the far side. A solo versus a duo. Z-Dark and Amir. 6 years of experience, this duo together in OBS. Can you do it from the gas? There's no way. Latam on top.
Vamos Leviathan. Look at that crowd. We talk about all the Falcons fans, all the Gentlemates fans, all the French fans that have come through to support their squad. Well, how about the super fans here to represent Latam? They love it. We love it. A must needed start to the day for Leviathan on Havens Hollow and a win in the survival stage.
This is what I'm talking about for Leviathan. Let's take a look back on this engagement. They took it at the perfect time. Nobody could third party it. They're able to clean everybody up. Let's listen into the celebration. For those that don't know Deus Amir, have you been living under a rock? My goodness, one of the biggest content creators in the entire Warzone space globally. And of course, has been advocating for and putting the LATAM region on his back in the content space and competitive space. Nobody's been doing it like Deus Amir. He's still doing it to this day. Another fantastic land performance here in the Survivor stage.
And a rookie alongside you in the conversation of Rookie of the Year, Criminal God, posing for the picture with everybody else. It's a big day for rookies. You got Fede on Novo, you got Praise on PBJ, and all of them have been playing incredible. Sario on Orchid. I mean, you just talk about how important the survival stage is for all of these players, and that is incredible.
Ridiculous stuff from Leviathan, and the fans are going nuts, because you're right. Leviathan's fans came out, man. Deus Amir knows that that energy has helped him get to this point. Man, the expectations for Leviathan is they had to drop some bangers in the Havens Hollow map. That is their best by far here on LAN. To finally get a win with a ton of kills, that might be one of the bigger games we've seen in this competition thus far. That was huge. We do need to turn our attention, though, to Novo. That was a map they could have won. They didn't, but they also dropped a crazy amount of kills. Fede was on 12 in that engagement against Leviathan by himself. The fraggers were getting their bloods.
You got to think, I mean, at the end, it was like, who's going to get the better blessing of the circle? I mean, at Novo just continuously was getting that coal depot pull, and it could have gone anywhere. It could have gone north side, south side. Like, there were so many opportunities for where that last circle was going to go to, and I like the patience out of the call from Leviathan, because you know that if you need to go to coal, you have the walls, the stone walls, that's going to be some natural cover to block you out, and if you need to back up, well, you had yourself a perfect zone.
A lot of fun to watch. Two totally different Havens Hollows map, but folks, you know where we're going next. We're going to Rebirth Island. We'll be right back in just a moment.
A lot of people are haunted by their past. I'm inspired by it.
They're not just playing for themselves, they're really playing for their entire family.
They have defeated their demons. They have crushed the curse.
Above me. Yeah, 30 is roof. He's roof. I'm laying under him. You under him? Yeah, I'm hopping up. Yeah. One shot. Come on, baby. Good job, baby. Fuck, I'm talking. Let's fucking go. Oh, my bad. I'm literally thinking, yo, the fuck are you doing? Oh,
20, bro. Say. I could land on him, Daniel. Yeah.
I'm in the water.
He's on green ping.
I see a kid here. I don't know.
Still with him, I don't know.
Yeah. Dude, he's gone for the fight. Fight squad, actually, fight close. What? Oh my god! I can't fucking die today! I like that! Yo! I promise you I can't die today. Holy shit! I promise you I can't die today. Oh my god, bro. You are him, bro. I'm telling you, I'm...
Nice, très bien, très bien. Très bien. Il est au-dessus, je crois. Tu penses? Sur moi. Ouais, sur toi, sur toi. Crac. Nice! Let's go, les baby! Bien joué.
Go! Hein? Crac! Non! Bien battu, les gars! Bien battu, les gars! Voilà, mon gars! I'm waiting. He stood out, I'm weak. Stood out. Watch out, dead. Bottom spiral. Nice. We gotta drop this. I'm running. I see him. We need to start fixing the road. Yeah, we gotta clear our forward. Yo, PA this kid, we go deep left. I did. Alright, start running. You have to run. Run. I'm running.
Leviathan takes out match number 2. I hold Shift and Lace have found ourselves in the most exciting part of the stage. Shift, you gotta feel the energy, right? What was that?
What'd you say? Could you say it a little bit louder, you see?
I said Leviathan won that match!
Yes, they did. And we were on the desk yesterday. We had this whole group right behind us, giving us all the vibes, all the energy. We're saying, hey, one of these guys is going to get a win. Apparently today's the day. Looking good at map 2.
I mean, it was their map to win as well. This is something that they've been setting their sights on. And I mean, a tremendous effort yesterday. And to be in the survival stage, is a little bit grueling. But I mean, they were able to take that top spot over Vitality.
New day, new Leviathan right now through 2 maps. Looking really, really good to Raven's Hollow. Vitality, like you mentioned, really putting on the pressure. So some teams are going to have to step up big for the Spanish-speaking squad to get involved.
And I know you love a little hot take. And speaking who needs to step up, Noobs and Dongy being taken down by one player. The 2v1 didn't go in their favor. What do you think that they might be making these crucial mistakes for?
It's the same story, different day right now for Falcons, and that's troublesome. It's the same situation we saw from yesterday into day 1. They're having trouble on rotation. You got to figure it out because we got some hungry fans out here looking to cheer their squads on.
Yeah, I mean, they especially the people around us probably don't want them to take over. But I mean, let's look at even the Heretics, right? We haven't really seen much from our Apex South team, but they are moving on up that position. I mean, I believe they're about 4th.
Yeah, and the other counterpart from Australia, Nemesis, have not been able to show up yet. So we've got a couple of the squads that are finding themselves in kind of polar opposites at the moment. And as we jump away from Haven's Hollow, Rebirth, that's where you got to regain.
Yeah, now speaking of Rebirth, do we think Leviathan can go back-to-back?
Of course, absolutely. We are live.
That's a hell yeah. I'm going to get some more hype, guys. Let's go Leviathan!
All right, I still can't hear myself think, but another great segment there from Shift, Lace, and the Leviathan fans. He said, hell yeah, we are Lev, man. And as we move to Rebirth Island, I think that energy has to stay up. Rebirth, it's been a tough one for Leviathan.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news for Lev, but when you go to Rebirth Island, you've been averaging 5.5 kills per game, and your placing is even worse at 12th average placing per Rebirth Island that you've gone to. Fortunes keep no better, 7.3 kills per game, 7 average placing. So you now need to carry that momentum of a map win into the rest of your survival stage.
What we should see, I think we're about to get into the game already. Rebirth Island players are ready to rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen, and I like that. But during the game, you should see the leaderboard. What we're talking about, Leviathan and Vitality will be at the top, but Novo put up a banger. They didn't win, but they got a top 5 with plenty of kills. Novo will be in 3rd, and then it goes down from there. A couple teams that really need to step up on Rebirth Island. Leviathan picked up 49% of their points in the group stages in Haven's Hollow. Big step up on Rebirth Island. This is the place most people will find their kills, so let's get active, let's get feisty, and let's fight for some kills on the map.
Not to mention, this is the most we'll see on today's action. We get 4 drops of Rebirth Island today. This is number 1. Let's see where everybody goes as we kick off with Leviathan, and they're going to be down into...
Good God. Okay, we got a lot going on. Leviathan starts the stronghold as per the usual. Falcons land square on their forehead. Chemical Engineering starts out of the zone. Where do the Falcons go? This is OG Falcons. This is what they usually do. Used to do when they won a long time ago, a couple of years ago now at EWC. Did it on Rebirth Island. They were landing stronghold by themselves. They land square on Leviathan's forehead. You're going to make them think twice about playing on this map.
And a couple other big big drops on a map like Rebirth Island is you have Godlike being contested by Novo in HQ, Vitality in Control Center, as well as KGV down in Dock. So a lot of firepower crossing paths.
Yeah, Godlike pushing in through HQ, through Novo. These are drop spots that these teams threw up on socials and said, don't con us, and it looks like teams were disagreeing on who had control over these POIs. Got to earn it now. Godlike changing things up, going HQ. I really like this play. Again, every team has different strategies based on the lobby that they're in, what they expect their opponents to do, where they expect they can get an POI that they feel comfortable in and can play from well. But Novo have the at least high ground. Godlike going to be underneath him. But a quick glance back at what's going on in Stronghold. No free regains over here for PBJ, getting extremely aggressive. The Falcons find some kills on PBJ, who thought maybe there's some free real estate.
Falcons are just not letting up on Leviathan. It's sitting in the water. We know this team can do it, but we talk about teams that need to step up on Rebirth Island, and For Fun's one of them. Not a good day so far, and they're getting contested by Team Heretics, who are now getting backed up by Stallions into the water. Obs just trying to stay alive as you lose out on Zeppa.
Yeah, the big moment of that fight in Turbine is one, For Fun have gone back to their tried and true classic. This is where they used to land. They didn't when AGAL started beating them out there. They changed things up, and it actually worked for fun. They picked up a ton of points on Rebirth Island. They go back to Turbine, and they get slammed, unfortunately, by the Aussies, who come swinging in, push two, and almost get third. Everybody's starting to regain. Juju tries to chow. He's going to lose it, but it does get traded out. Nice job from Bubble to at least find one.
It's going to keep your head above water and put Teeny and Co. in the water on that regain. Just trying to get a lay of the land of the rest of the squad, because there are still some bodies surrounding For Fun. Underneath them is actually going to be KGV floating at the moment, trying to bring each other back on into it. Down into the water with the pistols. Gooey is going to be caught. For Fun starting to get some early KP here on Rebirth Island, and what do we look out for? It's going to be the other team that I was going to highlight that needs to turn things around after a poor performance in games 1 and 2. It's Orchid in prison.
Orchid going for the chow. Unfortunately, going to get shot in the back. They didn't know he was here. Sariel could fall as well. There's a nice 1v2 from Freddy, who just plays the door well, just plays behind it. Says, peekaboo, you weren't expecting me behind you. See you later. Two go down. Eclectic win a nice engagement. They desperately need some points. They've been struggling. They're not performing like we saw them do online. It's time to turn up on land.
Eclectic's in 15th place. Orchid sitting in 11th place. For Fun in 10th. That's why these teams are being highlighted right now.
The Falcons, one alive, Noobs. Last up goes to the water, because that's what you do on Rebirth Island. Swim, swim, swim until your teammates are back into the skies. I'm gonna start sounding like Dr. Seuss here in a second if I'm not careful. Noobs is literally running for his life, and the Falcons have regained, but that was a close one.
And it said H1 were wiped, but it was just a false positive, as they're still gonna be hovering in the skies, coming on back in. Noobs catching Gooey in the water. There goes Godlike.
They're full out. Godlike eliminated. They play through HQ. Novo win that engagement. They get put in a blender and can't find a foothold on this map. Godlike go down in 15th. They can turn things around. There's still a total of 10 maps to play. Got in this one and another 7 more, 6 more, but still a lot more work to do on the map.
Really impressed by some of these teams that you would have never expected to be at the top of the leaderboard. At the start of the survival stage, PBJ sitting in 4th, Heretics in 5th place, DK in 7th place. Who would have had them at the top of your day 3?
Nice play from Sariel. Orchid find themselves in like 11th place. Measure for success today is 6th. Top 6 make it to the finals. Gotta step up. Eclectic is last alive here. Zanks. Kibby's gonna be cut down off screen, it looks like. Zanks is just trying to stay alive and make sure his teammates can fly him back in. Again, our zone is pulling further south. It's likely going to end up at Stronghold, where Leviathan has found their foothold. Things going well for Leviathan. Maybe not so much for DK, who gets swung on by the Stallions. They're able to take down one in the fight for Factory.
Still a lot of space on the map for teams to figure out where they want to set up shop. A couple teams that need to start thinking about their rotation is going to be both Orchid and For Fun. For Fun sitting in Turbine. They're going to be walking into Team Heretics, and there goes PBJ out of the game.
Yeah, PBJ full wiped. A team that I actually predicted to really step up in this type of a lobby. But for fun, need to step up as well. Rebirth Island's been a place they get a lot of points. Let's listen in and see what they decide to do.
Do you have any smoke spots? No, I do not. Okay. I'll see you, mate. I'm getting shot from both, bro. Let me hold this for a bit. Wait. It's like that's too late. I need one of y'all to shoot at both. Alright, actually, I'm just going to come on. I'm good. We're prison. And control. And prison too? Okay. Yeah. They're probably gonna play us, bro. Yeah, they might. Don't get me. I'm gonna just go living or something. No, you can land on me. Land on us. There's guns inside. We can play up through prison. Alright, we're playing inside. I'm down. Make sure you get triple up. We're chilling. I'm getting up to this side, okay? Yeah. Fighting on top. I'm looking things this way. There's guns right here. Fighting. Go. Fighting heavy. I'm on the showers. One get deep. Oh, he's deep right. Deep left. One's over. Might drop your ladder, be careful. His teammates were dying. He was letting them die. But they're just baiting his teammates out.
Decent comms, but it really sounds like they don't know what to do right now. Playing underneath is not the rotation they wanted to make. It's a fairly safe one. They're losing a couple bodies here and there, but they're able to regain and fly back in. A quick glance at Leviathan for good reason. Showing 12 between the two fraggers. If Amir has any, they've got a banger on their hands just by winning out in Stronghold. They have control over the south side of the map.
But you know what that means? That means that Falcons haven't been getting KP just because Leviathan has had their number all game long. Talk about momentum from a map win in map number 2. This is exactly what we were asking.
Have regained. Dongi on his feet. 4 kills to his name, so they at least have some. The others, maybe not so much. They want to win back this Stronghold side if they can. And Ahsoka tries to do it by landing on Amir, and he gets it. Lands square on his forehead, finds the kill, and finds the high ground position. This is great news for Falcons fans. That's a great anchor spot in Stronghold. They'll be able to hold on for a while. Noob's actually going to hunt down Criminal God. One goes down. Could get traded out here, and that's exactly what happens. Zdark backing up his buddy on the backside. Ahsoka, Dongi maybe pushing forward, trying to wipe Leviathan if they can. Getting really aggressive.
Well, there goes Orchid. For fun are finally going to put them away. As Prison just continues to be a bloodbath. Novo going to move in, see if they can get rid of For Fun and get the high ground at the top of the map right now before moving into headquarters. Stronghold still a toss-up between both the Falcons and Leviathan on who is going to be taking control of that. And as the circle just continues to move south, Living Quarters is definitely going to be a power position, but a lot of people are conglomerating into the bottom water side just below Factory.
Novo extremely aggressive onto Grandma's house. Peekaboo, Grandma's not home. For Fun is, but they're being sent back to the lobby if they're not careful. One down below, running for his life. No, flying away for his life. The last remaining player of For Fun heads to the water to regain flank, just trying to keep his teammates alive for a little bit longer. Resurgence still active for a bit, but not too much longer.
Yeah, 30 seconds, Resurgence is going to be gone. So now you have to start thinking about how you can safely rotate Heretics in the water. Vitality are looking to eliminate them and put us down into the top 10 teams of game number 3. There goes Gooey, 11 teams left. A lot of players on the map for such a small circle, very tied low. Living Quarters is kind of what you're looking at, but headquarters is A-OK for Novo at the top.
This is a wild zone pull. We're moving down towards Living. This is not great news if you're Vitality fans, considering our map POV and how many dang people are in the water on Rebirth Island. Stop swimming, you're gonna die to Leviathan. Zdark, no! I lied, the caster curse of all time. Leviathan go down in 11th. They had a banger map going. I am so sorry, gentlemen. That is my fault and my fault only. Holy cow. You can't win them all. Goes down in 11th place. Still a nice amount of kills. It's not a dud map, but no multi.
Then you know what that means? That means that Falcons are uncontested now in the Stronghold. They don't have to worry about Leviathan.
EK need a good game. They're trying to swim up to safety, shooting people in the back of the water. Let's go back to land, though. Vitality, a bit of a tough rotation just because they didn't get the zone pull. They've been chilling at Control Center for a while, and for this, they've got to take down Novo, who are contesting them now. Great shots from down low up top. Vitality in trouble.
This is a big fight for who's going to have the high ground moving into the circle. Novo realized that Vitality is their biggest test. Heretics go down. Noobs with the PA of a lifetime.
Quick listening with Novo as they battle through edge of zone.
Mata la kill. Hai questo tutto là, Cosa buttarla?
All quiet on the northern front because we tune in. Fede is last alive, the rookie. One man, a couple stims in the edge of gas, trying to fight through Vitality to get to the new multi. I would love to see that PA on replay. My goodness, the Falcons get gifted a 3-piece with a great PA over the top. Listen, with those new updates, man, those PAs go crazy if you line them up near perfectly, but we'll see what Vitality can do as a duo as they start slowly creeping into new.
And this is where Fede, if he takes his time as a solo, can do so much damage. Vitality should be realizing this, that you have the height at living quarters. 4 trios right now are holding on to that high ground. All of them want to hold on to it.
Falcons in the best position. In cover, in zone. Hisoka gets another one with a PA, by the way. Fede gets cut down. That is going to be it for Novo. 9th place overall, getting a little bit of a multiplier and a decent amount of kills, but nothing crazy to write home about. Still looking for their top 5. Look where the Falcons are. They're playing low side. This next zone will dictate everything as 4 Fun get cut down. We lose another team, but we need 2 more for the multi.
And it looks like Nemesis are still going to be alive. This is the first time that we see them in the final circle. So can they take on Vitality? Well, they don't need to because Eclectic's going to take them down. And now Nemesis in living quarters is trying to get rid of Eclectic.
I mean, this is a huge win condition for the Falcons. Talk about a turning at the tides. They get another zone pull back to the classic Falcons that we know and love. They win a win condition, and then they get gifted zone after zone. They've killed more people with PAs in the skies than guns in their hands. My goodness, Noobs has nearly 6 from precision airstrikes alone. They've got win condition, but still fights to be had. A team of 3, now a team of 2. Eclectic moving their way to the top 5 for the first time in a while. Nemesis, a brutal day today thus far, finding their way to the top 5 as well, and they've got height.
Eclectic's going all the way around in Stronghold. Falcons are not realizing this.
Patience a virtue here for Nemesis, while the Falcons and Eclectic hopefully weaken each other. If the Falcons come out healthy in this, oh my goodness, you don't see the zone because it's off your screen. It's on the backside of Nemesis. This is going to be a free win for Nemesis unless a miracle can happen from Ahsoka's rotations.
This is for the ones down under. This is to see if you can go from last pace and shoot on up.
A chance here with Bray over the top, spoiling Noobs' rotation. The only player that can make a play is Ahsoka, and he's just going to die to gas. My goodness. The Falcons, a solid map. They get their top 5, not going to get their win. This is Nemesis all day, every day, when they desperately needed it. My goodness, Eclectic get cut down. Kibby's last alive, and he falls as well. The Aussies finally do it. Nemesis, a brutal day today thus far. But hey, when you talk averages, you all know how math works. A couple bad maps warrants a banger. They got it.
And as long as you get kills to go with it, Nemesis should be feeling good now. Sweat off your forehead and some confidence behind you to get the gears turning. Game 3 goes your way. Rebirth Island, an absolute bloodbath, start to finish. We had 11 teams in the 3rd circle. And even at the last seconds, Falcons, they did not want to give it up. Eclectic, great read to contest such a strong team. And because they whittled things down, they made it impossible for Falcons to find their win on the day. Eclectic giving a lot of teams a run for their money. Nemesis going a step above.
These guys got 10th yesterday in their group. They won the APAC quals. Not much to write home about for these guys until right now.
No,
Final moment, let's listen in.
I'm carrying our left. I'm carrying our left. I'm looking. Come on, boys. We fuck. Come on, cut. It ain't fucking over. Come on, bro.
Would you expect anything else from Nemesis? Their 2nd map win of the tournament. That was one of the teams that we highlighted, Coach, going into today when we talk about teams that have that experience, that should be able to play well in those final circles as long as you get there. Nemesis have not only done it once, but twice across these 3 days.
I mean, man, the celebration there tells a lot of the story of how that team was feeling. Defeated, beat down. And you heard the final comms. It's not over. In the classic COD terms, it's never chalked. Got to keep pushing until they ring the final bell. Nemesis doing that actually quite early. That was only map number 3. It feels like we've been here for a lifetime, and we're just getting started, man. Big win.
Shadow Major Maniac there. It's never chalked. Nemesis going to be feeling good for this one, but what does it mean for our rankings going into game number 4 for the rest of Rebirth Island? You had a great game out of Leviathan. They're still going to be at the top in first place. Vitality still in second. Novo still in third. Falcons moving from top 6 to top 4 now, as Heretics are going to hold on to the top 6 alongside PVJ.
You'll see that leaderboard here in just a moment, how it all shakes up, but pretty impressive to see Leviathan still maintaining a top either 1 or top 3 position, even though they fell in 11th place, because they found a crazy amount of kills before a multiplier even kicked in. So this is what Leviathan needed to do, frankly. You know, we talked about how they earned basically half their points through the group stages on Haven's Hollow, first 2 maps of each of the days. And in Rebirth Island, the biggest problem was they just dropped duds. 2-point, 3-point, 5-point games. So to have their quote-unquote bad placement map still be a lot of kills is a big win for them. So watch out for Leviathan still. Let's head down to a quick interview before we get into our second Rebirth Island map.
What's up, everybody? I got a mirror with me on the main stage. Leviathan is on fire here to kick off the survival stage. We got the drums going. The fans are in your hand. Amir, talk to me about right now about how you guys are currently feeling.
Viva Mexico, cabrones! Vamos! Just feeling electric right now. My teammates are insane. I'm so lucky to have them on my team and not against me. I love those guys. They're insane. I just gotta stay alive.
I mean, that's all you got to do, man. To talk some more about your teammates. Yesterday, throughout the entire group stage, you as a squad dropped 63 kills. Halfway, you guys have went past that, over 60 kills currently within 3 maps, man. Talk to me about the slam power of this team. And you got the rookie, maybe rookie of the year, Crim guy. He's dropped 21 so far. How are you keeping him so cool, calm, and collected?
You know, he's young, hungry, talented. I love to play with him. I just, you know, try to guide him a little bit, but he's insane. Like, I don't need to do much. And Dark, you know, he's my longtime duo. I love that guy. And he's like the human turret. He doesn't miss.
No, you guys are firing off on all cylinders, man. You know, you are the heart of LATAM Warzone, man. You know, when it comes down to the fans out there and all the LATAM players, they're watching you guys right now. They're cheering you on. They want to see you to make it to Sunday. What do you want to tell them out there in Spanish?
Gente bonita, gracias a todos por el apoyo. Desde el principio del año que comenzamos con este nuevo equipo, que estuvieron apoyando, los que siempre han estado confiando en nosotros, los que nunca se han bajado al barco. Buena scrim, mala scrim, buen resultado, mal resultado. Siempre están apoyándonos. Ustedes son la razón de por qué estoy yo aquí. Los amo.
Los amo. Leviathan is here, and they are breathing fire. One more thing, though, from the captain, Amir. What you got to say?
Un abrazo a mis papás, a mi mamá y a mi papá. Los amo.
Got to shout out to Familia. One more time for Leviathan, everybody. Their tournament is on fire.
Team Orchid, actually. So French organization, French small team, but today there are 3 good players on stage. Donc je suis là avec toi. Est-ce que tu peux te présenter vite fait? Du coup, t'es le CEO de la Team Orchid, c'est ça?
Ouais, c'est ça. Bah du coup, grâce au CEO de la Team Orchid, on est sur plusieurs jeux dont Warzone à l'EWC. On est trop content d'être là. Maintenant, il faut se qualifier pour dimanche et ils sont là pour faire le travail.
So yeah, I'm CEO of Simon Kidd. We have on several games. Of course, we have on Warzone. We have a French teams, only 3 French guys, and we are here because we want them to go to the final. So why are you coming in this place with all the Leviathan fans? Are you coming here because you want the hype as well, even if it's not your team, like feeling the energy of everybody? Pourquoi t'es venu ici là avec les super fans de Leviathan? Est-ce que c'est un choix ou est-ce que t'as juste kiffé pour avoir aussi un peu d'énergie et pour encourager ton équipe?
On s'en fout d'eux, ils nous font pas peur. Moi, je suis devant mon équipe, on les regarde, ils sont concentrés.
Like flies, and that's exactly what we expect from noobs. Is it too little too late? But I mean, let's hope that we can keep up that energy.
As we're looking at the overall ranking here, Leviathan currently in first place with those 67 points. But then we have Team Vitality. They started off pretty good as well. We have Novo now being able to do enough. Remember, for everybody currently tuning in, the top 6 will be moving on to the finals. Team PBJ, this was a team that was barely able to get out of the bottom 3 from their groups. And right now, Shift, they're doing enough to be in those top 6.
Consistent in kills. That's the biggest thing that we were wondering about when it comes down to PBJ. They didn't show it in day number 1. They did show it in day number 2, keeping some of the momentum. It just comes down to me, can they get to a top 5 position? Because so far, they've been floating just inside the top 10 for 2 out of the 3.
Looks like Jay Vela maybe finally found some food. Was on the timeline complaining about how he's had a lack of anything to eat. So maybe the mental is now on point. He's shooting. He's helping the team get there. I mean, I like the thing about this PBJ roster. This this is kind of the story. Some days they look god-awful. Other days they are putting belt to behind. And I love what we're seeing out of them today. This could be just the day that helps them push on to Sunday.
Yeah, it's kind of been like the PB&J and Heretic story where they're just kind of over-swapping and taking each other down on that leaderboard. And this is what you have to do, obviously, in the survival stage. But look, I gotta hand it to Orbs. He's actually top fragging for Heretics right now at least 21 kills. Previous match didn't go sort of the way they planned, but the consistency from Heretics is keeping them above that line.
And we're going to bring up Team Falcons once again because of everything that's currently at stake, especially with the way that they started for this squad. It wasn't looking good. Luckily, this last game, and also Hisoka in that second match, being able to make sure he secured them a top 5.
Yeah, the top 5 is super crucial. I mean, it's just, you continue to see, though, in the first 3 maps, where the rotation game goes wrong for Falcons. It feels slow in a lot of ways, like where they're just getting caught between a couple of other major squads that are around them as they're trying to get into final circle territory. That's not something that we've really seen from Falcons in the last year and a half. So something's got to change, and maybe it's just by finding PAs to open up that space to run through. Whether it's successful for a full team wipe or not, run through that lane, brother.
Well, I think what's even more scary if you're in this lobby is that's the super juice a team like the Falcons need. I think they put up 39 points in that one game alone. And when you're looking at it, they're struggling through map 1, through map 2. This is where we've seen time and time again with the Falcons, where this is where they kick on the afterburners. And if there's anybody who knows anything about faded takes, it's that man on your screen right there, FIFA Kill, saying they're cooked about the Falcons. I don't know if he's standing by that one.
It's a swag curse.
I can't wait till like the 3rd retweet. What's it gonna be?
AG sitting pretty already in the match point finals. They have nothing to worry about. They're just watching everything that's currently going on here at survival stage. But we actually start looking at some of the other squads. Something that you actually brought up, Dandro, was Leviathan. Because Leviathan in Haven's Hollow, man, they're able to perform really well. That's where they usually get most of their points. But what happens after that?
Well, I think what happens after there is, obviously we're seeing some of these drop spots change. And with these drop spots changing, this is now, I think, opening up the map for a team like Leviathan. Now, coming off of 2 banger games in map 1 and 2, Warzone's a very momentum-based game, so they can use that, get into the Rebirth Island where they traditionally have kind of struggled a little bit, now actually just put up some okay points over these 2 maps, and then kind of just go all eyes towards Fortune's Keep.
And Shift, I'm looking now at some of the teams that we were talking at the beginning of the show, too. What happened to Godlike? What happened to For Fun? They're